Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Salam Malaysia Madani to our exceptional panelists and also our audience for joining us. It is actually really wonderful to see all of us gather together with one spirit and also one goal to share our inspiration, share our thoughts, and also share our perspective regarding our topic for today, which for me it seems really exciting and also a meaningful topic, which is how language build unity. And we are not going to only discuss about that, we are also going to discuss on how does it reflect on the concept, the new concept that was introduced by Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, which is Malaysia Madani. So before we get started, I would like to introduce my name first. My name is Iman Wafri bin Ahmad Syahri, your moderator for today, and we brought our audience the three exceptional panelists for today. Let us start with introducing the first panelist, please.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to all the viewers out there. My name is Nureen Maisara Hana. In short, you can call me Sarah. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Miss Sarah. And let's move on to the second panelist. Please introduce yourself.
Hi viewers, my name is Raudatul Yasmine, but you can call me Yasmine.
Alright, thank you, Yasmine. And moving on to the third panelist.
Hello everyone, the viewers and the listeners of the podcast, welcome. My name is Wong Kwan Yew and you can address me as Wong.
Alright, welcome and thank you for joining us on today's podcast session. So, without further ado, let us begin our discussion for today's topic. So, actually we would like to hear the perspective from our first panel, which is Miss Sarah. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Miss Sarah, can you share with us your perspective or your thoughts regarding how does language build unity in Malaysia?
Sure, Mr. Wafri, thank you. I do really love to share to all of you about the language unite us together. So, as we know, that our country is super duper unique because we have a lot of races, language, ethnics, right? So other people might wonder how we unite together. So, as for me, I think we unite through communication in the same language. Why did I say so? Because through the same language, it's easier for us to communicate with each other and it's build a bond with each other without feeling left out. Am I right?
Yeah.
Just like us, right now we are interacting with each other with the same language, which is we are using English to communicate with each other. In the workplace, they tend to have a disagreement about something, right?
Yeah.
So they come up with a solution, which is a discussion, so that they can solve the conflict without feeling angry and resentment toward each other. Besides, our people tend to talk in the mixed language, such as Malay talk in English and the Chinese talk in Mandarin with English, something like that, just like us. We are classmates, right? So we tend to use, most of the time we use English to communicate with each other. But at the same time, we still use Malay to communicate with each other.
Yeah, I do agree that. I think there's an experience that I have read.
Really?
Yeah. Do you remember during our orientation week on the last day, there's a tour, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it was divided into Khas and I was at the back, me and another Chinese friend, and I was starting to get to know him. And then throughout the tour, the JPP was guiding us all around the campus, right? And then suddenly, my friend just went the other way, and I started panicking. This guy gonna get lost, and I started shouting at him, but in Chinese, and I was like, "Hey yo, you need to come back, friend. Later you get lost. It's the wrong way." And then suddenly, Maisara suddenly just cuts in all the group, and then she just said in Chinese but in perfect intonation. I was also really shocked by that, saying, "Yeah, it's the wrong way. Come back. Here, come back to the line. You'll get lost." And I was also really impressed by that. Did you went to a Chinese school?
Yeah, when I was like 6 years old, I went to a kindergarten, which is a year. It took me a a year in the Chinese kindergarten, and then when I was 7, we went to primary school, right? So I was so shocked. In just a year, I learned a new language, which is Chinese. It's a new for me, right? And I went to the Chinese primary school. It was such a new circumstances for me. I thought that I can't adapt with the circumstance because I feel left out, kind of left out because I'm the only Malay in my class. So I feel like, can I survive in this school? Because we have a new culture, right? I never went to that kind of school.
Yeah, new environment.
Yeah, new environment, and it's feel, oh my god, can I survive? But glad that I still can survive because they helped me a lot. They helped me with my Mandarin, and I helped them with Malay and English as well. So I think that shows that languages can help us to build a stronger relationship with each other. So let me give you an example that very close with us, such as in this institution, which is IPT, right?
Yeah.
So our lecturer, most of our lecturer in Khas subject, they came from different races, right? But yet they use English to communicate with us, and that shows us that they recommend us and assure us to speak in English and communicate with each other, even though in other courses as well. We can still use English to communicate with them, right? So it shows that in Madani government of Madani, it put that respect to each other and yeah, like that.
Alright, Sarah, it was indeed a really exceptional idea came from you. I was not expecting that to relate it with our own lecturer. Our lecturer came from other races, but the power, we call it power of language that could unite all races together in order to move an organization. Alright, you don't have anything to add, please do.
Fun fact, our lecturers have three races, Chinese, Malay, and Indian.
Ah,
That shows the unite.
That shows the
Powerful of English.
Yeah, really
Alright.
highlights the Madani.
I really highlight the Madani.
Alright, okay, thank you to our first panel, Miss Sarah, and we are moving on to the second panel, which I believe Miss Yasmine. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so Miss Yasmine, may we hear from your perspective about how does language unite people?
As for me, I believe that language can actually be the symbol of national identity. You know, when we share the same language, we can communicate with others as well. For example, competition.
Okay.
Government, school, and a lot of NGO held a lot of competition about national celebration. For example, this is from my experience. I went to debate competition when I was in primary school, and a lot of participants
Yes.
was at work from different races. They were Malays, they were Indian, they were Chinese. Even in my team, they were different ethnics. So as for me, I believe that language can unite all of us as one nation, as we communicate, learn, and work together. So I strongly believe that with language, we share the same culture,
Same belief,
Yeah,
and
same
also
belief.
the same thinking, the way we think, our mind with other races. I think it won't be any problem with us talking to them with the same language, right?
Yes,
So there won't be any language barrier between us.
Yes.
Alright, so you have anything to add more?
Besides, I also think that government often
Try to expose us.
they're trying to expose us to the usage of national language, especially because as Malaysian we are supposed to learn Malay, and it's common to have English as second language, and but in the same time we still respect our own national language. For example, we need to stand while singing the national anthem. Like, fun fact, Malaysia is one of the countries that has other countries do not do that. So when we do that in Malaysia or even overseas, it shows the respect and national identity of us. It's become one of our own identity, and I think it's very intriguing to have that as our identity.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
found that very quite particularly interesting. Do you remember a few days ago we participated the event with our Prime Minister? Yeah, so I remember that him really tells us the importance of how Malaysia is a melting pot of culture and how important the Bahasa Melayu language is to us and how it unites us and also really tells us to really do not forget about
Our roots.
Yeah, actually, by hearing your experience just now, I also got an experience once in my primary school. There, when I was standard 6, I've been a representative for the district on poetry, in Malay poetry.
Oh.
So at that time, I was nervous to deliver my poetry, but at the same time, I was shocked because there is one girl that she is a Chinese, and I thought she is going to deliver the Mandarin storytelling in Mandarin, but turns out it was a poetry competition that I joined, and I'm
You must be very surprised.
yes, yeah. That time I was surprised because really I am standard state and I also study in sekolah kebangsaan and I didn't get exposed to this all of the competition that mix other races, and I tell to myself that how does this possible? How did she know how to speak in Malay fluently and deliver a poetry while she is same age as me? At that time I don't even know about Mandarin at all. But right now, since I have Chinese classmates, and that actually exposed me to Mandarin language little by little. All right. So, Miss Sarah, I saw you like you are trying to get something out of your mind.
Exactly.
Yeah, is there something you
When
want to
you
share?
say that you participate in primary school about poetry, right?
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me in my primary school, which is Chinese school, right? I did participate public speaking, and guess what? The Chinese participated is very, very incredible. Like they can't even win for a first place. And I was so shocked. Like, oh my god, the dedication that they gave to the audience is very give a big impact to the judge. So I was like, wow, even though they are Chinese, they give big impact and they can even win. Their Malay is very fluent than me. I was like, do I even know Malay? Because I got the third best for this. I was like, oh my god. Ooh, I feel like that is such a memorable, and I still remember that in my secondary school, I participated in a competition that for Asian. I did write poetry and poetry, and guess what? I got the top 20 for nominees.
Oh, congratulations!
For Asian, for the
That's
whole
awesome.
Asian. So I was like, I made my own country proud since my name is there. I was like, wow, it's give a big impact to the Malaysian, and I hope that our generation now still can continue to participate to make our country proud. Yeah.
Right, thank you, Miss Sarah. That was indeed very impressive. Impressive achievement for yourself. But we are going to our next panel, our third panel. Mr. Wong, can you share with us your thoughts about your perspective? Please do.
Actually, if you all of us notice, at today's age, due to the rise of social media, gaming, and also memes, if you also see it online, due to all of these global trends, the language is evolving faster than ever, and especially on youth and also the younger generation. If you see, they have already formed a language of their own. For example, in gaming, they will say clutch and stuff. Sometimes even myself can understand. So if you really think about it, does this language boost unity? Can it really highlights the Madani in all of us? So if you really think about it, if really compare the traditional language and also the modern language, actually doesn't really make a difference. Because, for example, proverb that is used maybe for the past 50 years ago, it's still usable today. Yes, right?
It is usable.
It still teaches us the right thing to do. It still teaches us the life lessons. For example, the proverb, pen is mightier than sword. It still tells us that violence is not the answer. Instead of having a fight, we should use wisdom. We should use the knowledge to defeat our enemies, our opponents, but not a war. It's not always war.
Meaning it still remains the same.
Yes, it's still usable. And while you compare it to the modern language, for example, you are gaming, and initially you are losing, and then at the end of the game, out of all the stakes, you won. And then your friends might call it, hey, you're clutching, man. You're so awesome, right? And then the modern language here, it brings a memory. It captures the moments perfectly. So in the end, does it still serve the same purpose to unite all of us? I say yes, it does. And if you think that this language, you're just mixing out all the languages out, and sometimes even basic grammar not apply to it, does it? Is it still functions as it should be? I think it does, but as Malaysians, we didn't make such a difference at all. For example, if we order at the mamak store, how we order, we mix language all the time, right? For example, if you start ordering, you start off as a Malay, and then you maybe throw some English inside, and if the mama, the waiter, does know Chinese, Hokkien, or even Cantonese, will end up the sentence with it. So I think it doesn't makes a difference. It just feels natural. It doesn't feel uneasy. Just like how we hang out, right? Every time we hang out, we went to have lunch together.
We went to the mama that time.
We also went to. Still remember we are at the LRT station. We use all the three languages and it just feels naturally. We just go along.
That's how it's an example on how language creates the unity in our society, right? And also in our friendship and relationship to each other.
That's how it makes Malaysia special. Despite of having so many cultures, so many races, we're still able to unite. We're still able to sit in the same table, in the same podcast, discussing, having the same conversation together, which is pretty impressive, and I think
we should be proud of it.
Yes, I can't agree more with your idea on perspective, Wong. I think it is indeed it is really meaningful for us to have the same language as we talk together. So,
but I think that despite of the rise of the modern language, but it's also our responsibility and role as the kind of the older generation right now, because there's a new generation and it's starting to get quite old, and then it's also our role and our responsibility to make sure the traditional language gets passed on. Because although there's just a few years of time, you can see that for example, I can take, because I was a daycare teacher before I came to IPG. I worked as a part-time, and then there was a standard 5 student who is just 11 years old, and I was acting just 6 years of age of gap. Just take note, and he has a question that is bothering him, and then just came out to me, yo, what up, teach?
Oh my god!
This question is so skibbity, it's giving me the eggs. Can you give me some beans and help me to solve it? And you know, the first impression that gave to me, like, wow, the language has evolved into such a form that I require time, it takes time for me to understand and know what he is trying to convey to me.
Well, I think that was a good explanation from you, and I guess there's actually a lot of more things that we wanted to talk, but the time is running out. So I guess that is all from our group. So thank you to all the panels and also the audience, and and we hope that you guys will have a great day ahead. Salam Madani, and thank you very much.
Thank you.